University of Bonn, and the Center for Global Security and Governance of the University of Aberdeen. My name is Scott Appleby, and I am the founding dean of the Keogh School of Global Affairs at the University of Notre Dame. My own academic training is in the history of Christianity and more broadly in the comparative study of modern religion, politics, and society, with a dual emphasis on religion and violence and religion and peace building. That is, I puzzle over the conditions under which some religious communities, organizations, and movements promote reconciliation among warring parties, foster toleration and hospitality towards the other, and ally themselves with social and political forces that seek to uphold human rights and advance democratic forms of governance. And I also consider the conditions under which other religious actors engage in extremist violence or sacralize nationalist and irredentist violence. I find it particularly intriguing when the same community operates over time across this spectrum. And so I am keenly interested in today's discussion of religious values, democracy, and the future of transatlantic bonds. As for the Keogh School of Global Affairs, it may come as no surprise that the dean has done his best to ensure that one of our strengths is the study of religion and its various socio-political manifestations. But there are other strengths to the school as well, notably the study of peace, conflict, and democracy in Africa and Latin America in particular, as you shall learn from my colleague Josefina Echeverria, who directs the Peace Accord Matrix Project, centered these days in Colombia, but with outreach to several conflict settings around the world. In addition, at the Keogh School, we have a dynamic institute dedicated to the study and promotion of Europe as the vital global center of international organizations dedicated to development and the alleviation of poverty, human rights, the rule of law, climate change and sustainability, and a humane approach to vexing problems such as mass migration and the refugee crisis. And so you shall hear soon today from our marvelous director of the Nanovic Institute for European Studies, Professor Clemens Sedmak. The Keogh School is dedicated to advancing integral human development, and therefore we aspire to develop competencies in these various policy and practice realms in which Europe is a global leader. In a way, we could say we aspire to become useful research and dialogue partners for our friends in Bonn, Aberdeen, and elsewhere in Europe. Integral human development is a holistic approach to human development. And in that sense, we are a global affairs school that focuses on the range of interest in human development and aspects and dimensions of human development. So our approach is grounded in a commitment to human dignity as the irreducible center of each person and of a rightly ordered and just society. Thus, at the Keogh School, we concern ourselves with the social sciences, of course, but also with the humanities, recognizing that the human person is a creator of culture, a member of a family, a believer perhaps, and that we therefore take a holistic and elicitive approach to working with partners around the world, learning from them what their values recommend in terms of development projects on issues from hunger alleviation and poverty to human rights and so many others. And we also draw upon multiple disciplines from the Academy. We're not structured by disciplines as such in this school, but by multidisciplinary institutes that focus on peace and conflict, human rights, development and democracy, religion and global affairs, the private sector. And we make alliances both within the Academy, but also work with government and the nonprofit and private sectors. That is a very brief thumbnail sketch of the Keogh School, and I hope we have occasion in the future to talk more about our respective missions and aspirations. For now, let me welcome you all again. Thank you to our partners and hosts, and turn it back over to Professor Schlier.
Dear Dean Appleby, many thanks for your kind introductory remarks, and let me assure you on behalf of the CASSIS Center at the University of Bonn that we are firmly committed. We also share your holistic approach, and let me add some ideas on the relationship between religion and politics, common values, security, and democracy. But before doing so, I would like to say a special word of thanks to our partners and to those who made it possible, who will later appear either as speaker or as moderator. A special thanks goes to Professor Clemens Sedmark, who has been mentioned already, for establishing the contact. I include in my thanks Dr. Colin Barr, who is a kind of contribution in kind of the University of Aberdeen, and who also is a bridge to the University of Bonn, as he established the contact to my dear colleague and friend, Professor Thomas Weber from the University of Aberdeen. So we have three universities already committed. What our Bonn side is concerned, I would like to introduce my institution and share some ideas on how we could proceed in the not too distant future. European and American societies face the growing plurality of religious beliefs. Already Thomas Hobbes has described religion as a source of political instability. The challenges our societies face are twofold. To what extent can religious speech be tolerated in the name of the right of free speech? How can rights of religious minorities be preserved in an environment of increasing tensions? Conflicts concerning religion and politics arise from different contexts. The liberal state is supposed to remain neutral with regard to religion. The Center of Advanced Security, Strategic and Integration Studies concentrates on the interdisciplinary examination of traditional foreign and security issues such as interstate conflicts, competing international systems of order, and a return to geopolitics. On the one hand, while also including non-traditional security challenges related to cyber and energy security, to terrorism and human security on the other. As far as our working program of the years to come in Bonn is concerned, the Henry Kissinger Chair will focus mainly on two main areas with regard to religion and politics. One is an in-depth analysis on current tendencies of extremism in Muslim organizations in North Rhine-Westphalia and Germany, and their connection to Turkey and the Middle East. A few days ago, during the height of the election campaign, an anti-Semitically motivated young Syrian of only 16 years was hindered by the security agencies of North Rhine-Westphalia to commit an attack at Yom Kippur. In the period after the Islamistic attack on the Breitscheidplatz in Berlin in December 2016, the security agencies in North Rhine-Westphalia deported 69 security endangering individuals. The second topic on which we would like to draw deeper attention is the impact of religion on global diplomacy. Against this background, today's discussion could serve as a starting point for further research and cooperation. This as a starting remark from my side. We are very much looking forward to further discussions, and to all those who would like to attend the next discussion with Finance Minister Milojko Spic from the state of Montenegro, I suggest to remain committed and stay for the next 1 or 2 minutes in order to enter the next chat room. Many thanks to Dean Appleby, many thanks to the organizers, and looking forward to a fruitful cooperation and to further interesting discussions. Thank you for listening.